Hi Pisces, this is your forecast for the month of July 2017. This is a general reading for Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising, or Pisces Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. You can watch your reading in 3 different ways: the full extended monthly, or for just the energy influence, watch the brief. Or in addition to the brief, watch the weekly for the upcoming week. Weeklies also make it easy for you to review information you may have forgotten in the full reading. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, and I invite you to follow me on Facebook, Google+, and Instagram. Please also check out my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/on-demand/finding-love for monthly love readings. So Pisces, this first week of July begins with a major card. Now, some of you could have strong connections to Leo people. But this is a week that's going to focus on your inner strength, your ability to overcome some type of problem. And you may have to assert yourself and use your willpower. Now, this is a week that focuses also, though, on the power of persuasion. So this isn't changing the course of a situation by being aggressive or pushy. This is a softer strength. You're attracting a situation and influencing it through your charm, your diplomacy, your tact. This week may also focus on your health in some way, recovering after some kind of illness or healing. Maybe you're coming in contact with the healer, or you're the healer. But this is a week about empowerment, endurance, and possibly reconciling through diplomacy. Whatever it is, hopefully there's a sense of confidence. You may be focused on being a good friend to somebody, or protecting someone, or being loyal, or being a leader in some way. Now, this may be connected to pushing some kind of boundary. Maybe you're trying to get past something or create some changes. Or you're having to look at something in a different way, or you want to expand yourself. Some of you, this is about the need to do something. You need to wake up to a situation because you've been letting your fears hold you back. There's been a lack of confidence, and you've been thinking, maybe you don't believe in yourself or your ability to cope with a situation. Maybe you haven't been asserting yourself and you're unhappy because of it. You're giving in to your fears. Some of you, there's a dependency issue where you're participating in some self-defeating behaviors. There's a lack of discipline on your part, a lack of conviction perhaps about what you believe. And so you feel powerless in some way. It could be that somebody is bullying you or trying to dominate you. They've got an overbearing kind of attitude. Maybe you're dealing with arrogance in some way. Or maybe a situation where there are some conflicting interests. Whatever it is, this week says step back from the situation for just a moment to gather yourself, to get your bearings and a new point of reference. If you're letting doubt get in the way, it could be your behavior is coming out as frustration or anger. You're venting. But it's important for you to maintain a peace of mind, because this week your entire state of health is tied together. Your mental, your emotion, your physical. So letting your emotions get out of hand can get the better of you physically. It could be you need to reconsider something. Maybe you've been holding firm because you were strong in your conviction about something, when the truth of the matter is, maybe you should just let it go. Maybe you should start all over. And maybe when you think about it, starting over sounds daunting. And you think, well, it's better for me to keep going. But you may need to think about that. It may be easier to just start fresh, go back to the drawing board. If you've been doing the right thing, putting in the effort, acting with integrity, taking the initiative, then that faith and confidence in yourself is going to pay off for you. This is a week where you're very intuitive, and that's the strength of yours anyway, Pisces. So if you get in touch with that intuition, go within, because that is your strength. So if you tap into that by removing yourself from a situation, you're going to stumble upon some answers. You're not going to have to go looking for resolutions. When you go within to that intuitive mind, your answers are going to come to you. This is not a week to let fear get in the way, shortchange you in any way, letting your fear of failure or being rejected, letting any kind of doubt sell you short. You know exactly what you deserve, and you know what your merits are and what your value is. This is not a week for you to back down on that. Stay the course and get what is due to you. Now, in this process, of course, this is a week for you to be a leader, and part of leadership is knowing what your own strengths and weaknesses are. So in some situations, of course, your actions, your decisions are coming to bear on the situation. So this is not about pointing fingers at others and looking outside of self. This is about understanding what your role is in a situation and opening up your eyes and ears to the truth of something and not what you want something to be. You may be holding on to something, maybe a grievance, a grudge, a resentment. But just know that while you're focusing on that, which is in your past, you're looking in the rear view mirror, the road ahead is in front of you, and you could be missing some important opportunities that will allow you to have a happy future. So this is a week about staying the course, being strong in having a faith in yourself and your abilities. Now, the second week, there's some kind of struggle going on. Maybe this is an inner struggle. Maybe you're having that inner turmoil about your capabilities or what you deserve. Or maybe you're arguing with other people. Last week, maybe there was a focus on your creativity, your self-expression, something that you were putting out into the world. Or maybe this was about something romantic or a child. But this week, there's a struggle. You're at odds somehow. And it could be that a deep desire to move forward is creating some difficulty, or it's propelling you forward. Something unexpected is going to happen for you in your profession or in your home life, where you're questioning yourself. We get back to that strength card and our doubts, our judgment of self, our confidence. You may be questioning you, your work, your goals, and whether the people around you are actually for you. Now, you may be stepping into a leadership role. You may be taking on the best traits of a Leo: generosity, ambition, leadership, helping others to discover their personal power, their creativity. And so you may go above and beyond. You may take on more responsibility. You may volunteer to do so, even if that wasn't your original plan. And even if people are irritating you, because this card is about bickering and ego battles and trying to, everybody putting their bit in, but nothing really getting resolved. Regardless of how much conflict you're facing or negative attitude, you're still gonna maintain, you have control over your lower instincts. And so you're not taking the bait, you're not falling for it. No matter how much they push, you resist that temptation to overstep bounds. Now, because there's a lot of struggle going on, in a situation, somebody is complicating it. They're making a situation more difficult. And it could be that people are not addressing the core issue of a situation. That one point of contention is used as the prelude to an argument, when really it has nothing at all to do with that. It's just an excuse to start an argument because somebody's angry about something else. Because you're having this inner turmoil, for some of you, it's going to be very difficult for you to make up your mind about something. And this struggle with yourself is making it difficult for you to deal with the outside world. It could be that whatever you're confronting is actually a reflection of the turmoil that's going on inside you. This could be a troublesome week where you feel as if every time you take care of one situation, there's another fire to put out. So you're constantly confronting people, situations, problems, challenges. And maybe you're taking on more than you should, and you're having to pull on your strength to do that. You're struggling to maintain your strength. And in fact, this insistence on dealing with things is actually burning you out, because whatever you're dealing with seems to be a no-win situation. And even though you're working hard, you're actually just spinning your wheels. And this gets back to that strength card where there was an issue about whether perhaps you should just start over. Maybe you keep pushing with something and you actually need to start from the beginning. Now, some of you are struggling with your health and vitality. There's a need to do some healing, both inside and outside. So you may very well need that time out to gather your thoughts, to take care of yourself, to nourish your body, your mind, and your spirit. So you may need to do some self-love this week. Now, the third week, we're dealing with earth energy. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. And so this is a week that focuses on practicality, no nonsense. There could be an emphasis on the family provider or business. Maybe you're struggling to create something and you're trying to get some backing. And this is a person that needs to see bottom lines. They're not interested in investing in anything just because it's your dream. They need to see where this is going to pay off in some kind of tangible way. It needs to be profitable. This could be a week where, you're dealing with a tried and true approach to something. Somebody is a traditionalist. They're conservative and they're focused on making money. That's what's important to this person. It could be that you're struggling with your creativity. You're struggling perhaps with some type of creative business, or the strength of your business, or the strength of your purchasing power. And these worries that you have are, again, affecting your health in some way. So this is a week that focuses on responsibility. There's caution and concern about the way money is spent, what expenses are. And there's a need to justify purchases. It needs to be something useful. Now, for some of you, maybe you're getting some financial advice. This is somebody who's very conscientious, perhaps somebody who works in the finance industry. This could be ties to property or real estate or businessmen, or somebody who has a tie to land in some way. There could be a focus on, again, managing money, getting financially secure. Maybe this is somebody who will be a patron of yours, or a benefactor, a protector, or a provider, or perhaps just somebody who's going to be a loyal friend. Now, there's a focus on worldly success and things that provide a sense of security and stability. So you may be connecting with others, or you may have a desire to have a solid relationship in whatever capacity. And you're going to be way more critical about who you tie yourself to, who you get involved with. You're going to be selective about the people you invite into your life. This could be a week where you offer up a proposal, a date, an offer of some sort, a declaration, or you receive that. And it's likely that you're going to connect to people who have common goals, ambitions, and desires. So this could be a week where maybe you're struggling to ground yourself. There's some kind of spiritual awakening that needs to take place. Or maybe you need to get back in touch with the land itself. Maybe you need to be in touch with nature in some way. Now, if this King of Pentacles is acting in his shadow, there could be a struggle because there's a lack of business sense. There's too much focus on the material. There's a preoccupation with money, and it's resulting in some greed, some insensitivity, and perhaps even some dishonesty. Maybe somebody is, pushing to influence the situation, but doing it more by peddling influence. There could be excessive worry about finances, or perhaps somebody is disorganized, or they're a workaholic, and career and money trumps everything. So you're going to be looking at situations, habits, behavior patterns, and the result of that, whether it's rewarding for you in some way, or whether you're not getting any results. And this is emotional or financial. It could be that you're involved with somebody and you're in a struggle because this person is too controlling, too critical, too nitpicky, too demanding. So again, this is a week that focuses on opening up new avenues for growth for you, both financially and emotionally. Now, the last week we have this major card. And so to large degree, situations may be out of your hands. Now, there is a tie to this card, to Pisces. So you may have a strong influence over this week. This week could focus on children, on mothers, on traveling, or again, something creative. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you're an actor, maybe you're a poet, maybe you're a writer, maybe you're some visionary of some sort. It could be that this is the week where you're going to be struggling with some type of emotional or psychological issues that connect to the past conditioning, memories, your subconscious, your instincts. So this is a week where also, though, you could be struggling with some type of secret. There could be issues where you want to escape from something. There could be confusion or deception or betrayal or lies. You could be facing some stiff competition and somebody is doing something underhanded or manipulative. But there's some fears that you may be facing because there's some insecurity or uncertainty. Maybe something occurs this week that is unforeseen. So you may feel some negativity or depression or feel emotionally out of sync with other people. Some of you, you're struggling with your health, and this could be a week where there are some emotional issues, again, depression, maybe some gynecological problems. Some of you, maybe there's some digestive issues. But this week holds strong emotion. You're going to be looking closely at a situation, maybe a couple of situations, and you're going to have to be honest with yourself. Maybe you're dealing with somebody where there's a struggle to be honest and truthful. But you need to be clear with yourself and also clear with others. If anything has been hidden this week, it's likely that it's going to come out anyway, whether it's your secret or somebody else's secret. So you're very intuitive, and the Strength card says that your intuition is right on the mark. So with this Moon card also, you may feel a sense of melancholy. You may feel irritable or suspicious or anxious and not quite know why. But on an intuitive level, you do know, because shortly you may very well hear a couple of pieces of bad news, something that affects somebody you know and somebody that you care about. And again, this feeling of distress is going to upset you physically, and so you may be prone to nervous upsets or illnesses or ailments that are entirely stress related. So your emotions and putting that in balance is going to be very important. We get back to the Strength card and having that self-confidence. The Moon says that perhaps you are feeling too emotionally tied to others. You need others to validate that confidence, to prove to you that you're capable or worthy or that you deserve something. And so obviously this is leaving you vulnerable to what other people say. This is a week for you to relax, for you to find the joy in life, find something that makes you happy, whatever that is, and do the thing that makes you enjoy life. Because again, it's all about tapping into that intuitive, quiet inner place inside of you that allows those answers, those solutions to come forth, and that keeps you from struggling with others, keeps you out of confrontation, and keeps you from feeling frustrated. This is a week for you to get real, to pull to pull the rose-colored glasses off. If you've been in self-denial about your job, your health, or your relationships, you could very well be self-sabotaging. Maybe you have a fear of success, in which case you're participating in a self-defeating cycle. You're letting your fear, your anger, your anxiety, your frustration get the better of you and close you off to opportunities. So this is not a week, regardless of whatever you're facing, for you to allow your concerns to overwhelm you, whatever they are, whether they're financial, emotional, psychological, because getting caught up in a situation is going to be counterproductive to your goals. Now, the underlying energy is the Hierophant. So it could be that this month a Taurus person is also very important. This is about doing what's expected. It's about following tradition, following convention, getting some wise counsel or professional advice. It's the establishment at large. It's the structures that we all buy into. We say, this is appropriate, this is what should be done, these are the rules of society. It's accepted behavior. Some of you may be involved in teaching or learning, or again, seeking some type of advice or offering that in some way. Maybe you're involved in some kind of doctrine of thought or religion, or maybe you're involved in a structured environment like an educational institution or a place of worship. Some of you are going to be involved in some type of official ceremonies that tie to our established codes of behavior. Whatever it is, this is somebody that is helpful, it's wise, they've got knowledge, they're a professional of some sort, they could be counseling, and they're willing to share that information with you. And so this could be a month that, in spite of the struggles, could be exceedingly productive for you. However, if somebody is not doing the right thing, whatever that means, then this is going to create some repercussions that have to be dealt with. Now, on all levels, things are going to kick up a bit for you in your personal life, your family life, or your love life. Something about it is going to be more demanding. You're going to be tested in those areas. And because of that, it's going to be very important about the choices that you make, the people that you involve in your life, your lovers, your partners, your associates, your friends. You need to carefully consider who these people are. And again, there's some kind of secret element taking place for you this month, because the Hierophant speaks of some type of intrigue or drama that's about to enter your life. And it could be somebody's making some accusations, or there's some rumors, or somebody's backstabbing. And these things may or may not involve you. There could be a struggle between two other people where you're being mediator, or they could be, you could be the source of the conflict. But again, you may just be privy to it. And depending on who these people are, it may be difficult for you to remove yourself from that situation. In the positive, you're tapping into sacred knowledge. Maybe you're getting some spirit messages. Maybe you're connecting to your spirit guides. This could be a month where you're very focused and you're willing to compromise, and you're willing to look at a situation from the other person's point of view. And that's going to help you determine how to categorize your relationships and situations. Some relationships you may want to deepen based on what you discover, and other relationships you may decide to scale back in order to simplify your life. Now, if you're having confidence issues and you're struggling with depression and grappling with some psychological stuff, you may feel very discouraged right now. You may feel that something has happened and it's failed to meet your expectations. But this is probably due to something on your part. And remember, the Strength card says, as a leader or taking the initiative, you have to look at your role in a situation. So on some level, you've been inconsistent, or perhaps you're dealing with somebody who is inconsistent and unreliable. Something about behavior patterns, communication is working against you in some way. You may not be delivering what you say you will. You may not be keeping appointments. You may not be communicating with others. You may be falling short. You may not be putting in your best effort. And all of these things are reflecting poorly on you, either professionally or personally. Or maybe this is, you're mediating this and you're helping somebody with these issues. It could also be financial concerns or a constant worry. So you have to be careful about not being reckless, making good choices, doing things that really put you at risk even though you don't even realize it. So you'll have to carefully consider if the behavior you're participating in is constructive. So you need to check and double check any facts before you make decisions this month. It could be that you are very strongly driven to a circumstance or a person, or either you're very angry and irritated with someone or circumstance. And either way, how you decide to deal with it becomes suspect. So again, the Hierophant is about doing the right thing, living up to expectations, and more often than not, the issue is that someone has not done that. This could be a situation where someone or something is moving away, is passing on. There may be a sense of mourning about it. Again, in the best of worlds, your creativity is intensified and you're going to get a whole lot done. But, it's about being original, knowing when to color inside of the line and knowing when to think outside of the box if that serves you better. This is a focus on how committed you are, either to yourself, to a situation, or to another person. And you have to be careful of being too rigid, too dogmatic in your beliefs, whatever you're doing. This is going to center around, again, trying to accommodate others or a situation, but also pleasing yourself, making sure that whatever you're doing to help or serve or give to another is not coming at an expense that you really don't want to pay. It's also about having the willingness to deal with some things you may have been avoiding, some loose ends that you've been putting off, and gaining some new understanding about yourself and other people. Now, there is a call to action for you this month, but it has to be tied to being practical and real. And so there's forward movement for you through taking action and being responsible. So there is a very strong move this month toward furthering your goals that will result in some long-term success. Now, it could be that you're dealing with, again, maybe some parties that are at odds with one another. You know, everything is set up for some good things to occur, and yet people are still at each other. There's some ego battles. However, something about this King of Pentacles, at his best, or employing the traits of this king, will provide the backbone to this situation in order to sustain. All right, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know with your comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great month, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.